Hey guys, Tyler Johnson here. I figured I'd show you guys how I frag my Zoas or Pallys. I do it just a little bit different than some others do. At least I haven't seen people do it this way. But I'm going to show you the easy way of doing that. And you guys post a comment down below if you guys have any other suggestions or if you guys have any questions. Alright guys, so as you guys can see, I've placed the Pallys inside this little bowl right here, and I just have a few things here that I'll go over real quick, and hopefully this will help you guys. So I really do like these frag plugs right here, so I'm going to end up using one of these. Pieces of rubble rock work just fine as well. They work great for basically, growing a coral on there and being able to disguise that on another piece of live rock. It's real easy to hide. And then I got a normal standard frag plug, which, yes, they work with Pallys, but, mainly SPS and things like that, these small ones are good for. I also have some super glue. You can buy this at the Dollar Tree. You get 24 ounces for $1. Out of all the glues that I've tried that aren't basically made for reefing, I have found that this glue is probably the best on the market. I've had almost 100% success rate with this stuff, so I highly encourage you guys getting the original super glue gel. As for the way I frag these, a lot of people use scalpels or razor blades and things like that. But I have found that cuticle scissors are very extremely sharp, and they're only about a 1/16 thick on those blades. So I can really get close and just snip right away without sitting there trying to basically scrape and not have a successful straight cut. So these are the tools that I use, and I really think they are the best for getting the job done quickly and safely. So I recommend wearing rubber gloves and eye protection and whatnot, but this is something I don't do on a regular basis. I just find that I can work better without having rubber gloves on. So I'm going to go ahead and use no gloves, but I encourage you guys to use gloves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. Unfortunately, I have a nice looking sponge growing on this. I'll go ahead and try to increase the light. But as you can see with Pallys, their stalks are extremely long, unlike your standard zoanthid. So what I do is I come in here, and you see how these scissors are curved. I'll place that curve against my rock. Basically what I do is I just come in here as close as I can get, and done. Now choose another good fine specimen. Get down as close as you can to the base. And snip. So as you guys can see, I got two Pallys right there. I'll show you guys how I glue those to a frag plug. So first thing you need to do is kind of dry it off. That's pretty hard to do when they're shooting out mucus. So what I'll do is, before I place my glue on, some people like to stick their glue on there for a few minutes. I don't really mind. And I'm just going to make sure that I keep the head up. That's the part that you're trying to dry off. Now another cool trick, guys. Don't use the needles. This is a brand new thing of super glue. All I do is I thread this on to basically puncture this. Now I'm open, and I can put the glue on there and be done. The reason why I don't do that is you tend to lose quite a bit of super glue in here. Probably not that much, but maybe enough to do 2 frags. So in the long scheme of it, guys, you do save some money. And this is the other piece that I'm going to use. Just put a little dab on there. That's pretty much it, guys. There's other options to fragging that I have found that work really well, and that would be bridal veil or cheesecloth. And basically what you can do is you can kind of rubber band that over that while the super glue is there. But I just kind of found that sometimes the super glue will stick to that, but that technique works really good with mushrooms. So now that I think that these things are fairly dry and whatnot, looks like I'm going to have to put a little bit more glue on there. Just flip that over. We're going to go ahead and place these on our glue. So it's always good to find something else to basically pressure coral down into the frag plug. That way you don't stick to it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in here. I'm just going to gently form that in there, kind of move it around, and bam, that guy is stuck on there good. Sometimes people like to basically, dip it in water. I'm not going to dip it in here because I got a coral in here, but I'm just going to grab some, just put a couple drops on there, and let that dry just for a little bit. Place my next one on there, barely stick it on there. Take a frag plug or another type of tool and just gently press it down in there. Not too much, because you don't want to get glue on top of the head. Take some water, drip some drops on there. And I'm just going to wait maybe 2 minutes and I'm done. Most people wait 15. I just don't think it's necessary. One thing to also consider, guys, when fragging is fish can and sometimes will pick at this, not knowing what it is, and get their mouths glued shut. I've seen multiple tangs have this happen to them. But luckily I don't have any fish that really mess with my coral, so I'm not too worried about putting it in there a couple minutes later. And that's about it, guys. It's as simple as that. I just found using cuticle scissors, it's a lot easier and a lot less messier than, trying to scrape that stuff off. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps you guys out. I've noticed that a lot of people just cut the rock or they try to peel back the mat. I just found that this is easier for me. I've had a higher success rate basically gluing them on this way. And if you guys have any other ideas or better ways of doing it, feel free to post down below and help everybody out. That's pretty much, my biggest thing with this hobby is try to help as many people as you can out as possible. So thank you guys, and enjoy your reef tank.